This is the Nikon Z6III, Nikon's third generation full-frame mirrorless camera that inherits the flagship autofocus system, high-speed continuous shooting, a newly developed partially stacked sensor, 6K internal video recording, and a whole lot more. Weighing in at 760 grams of both the battery and memory card installed, we see a very familiar look and feel to the Z6III. With a solid grip that's comfortable in your hand, easy to reach buttons and lockable dials, it certainly won't take you long to work your way around Nikon's latest camera. Today it's just me, Jake my videographer, the camera, no gimbal, so I'll be making the most of the Z6's 8 stops of in-body vibration reduction. This provides excellent stability, especially when coupled with select Z series lenses, resulting in sharper images and smoother video footage. At the heart of the Z6III we find a full-frame 24.5 megapixel partially stacked CMOS sensor. Now, we've obviously heard of stacked sensors, and there are non-stacked sensors too. So what does partially stacked actually mean? Well, rather than the circuitry covering the whole sensor, only the top and bottom portions are stacked. So as a user, you benefit from high speeds and performance, but in turn it helps to keep the price of the camera lower than if it was fully stacked. To give you an idea of that speed, you can not only shoot 6K video up to 60p in RAW, all internally, but you can also shoot at up to 120 frames per second in continuous burst mode, but we'll come back to those a little bit later on. Complementing the sensor is the XSpeed 7 processing engine, found in the top-of-the-line Z8 and Z9 mirrorless cameras, which offers speeds approximately 10 times faster than that found in the Z6 II. This engine works in conjunction with the partially stacked sensor, enabling the Mark III to deliver its lightning-fast performance. With a continuous shooting speed of 20 frames per second when shooting in RAW, up to 60 frames per second when shooting in full-frame JPEG, and 120 frames per second when shooting in JPEG using the DX crop, you can capture your subjects with ease as they move throughout your frame, as all of the frame rates support full autofocus and auto-exposure performance. The buffer is capable of handling 1,000 images when using the electronic shutter, ideal for when shooting at its top shutter speed of 16,000th of a second, meaning that you can shoot in full frame for approximately 50 seconds continuously. Pre-release capture is available at up to 120 frames per second, helping to make capturing decisive moments easier by recording frames in a burst for up to 1 second prior to actually releasing the shutter. When this feature is activated, burst shooting will begin when the shutter is half pressed, and the buffer will retain up to 4 seconds worth of frames after fully pushing the shutter down. Nikon hasn't held back with its video features. You can shoot 6K up to 60p with no crop, so full frame, in RAW, all internally to the CF Express card. This is pretty insane and sets the bar rather high in the Z6III when compared to other cameras in its class. We of course find NRAW along with ProRes RAW HQ, ProRes 422 and H.265. Internal 12-bit RAW recording in NRAW as well as ProRes RAW HQ are both available. NRAW is Nikon's proprietary RAW recording format, offering significantly smaller file sizes compared to other RAW formats, and you have the ability to create MP4 proxies for more efficient previewing or transfer. RAW recording offers greater tonal, colour and dynamic range, and enhances colour grading and your post-production flexibility. You can also internally record in ProRes 422 HQ, along with 420 and H.265 at 5.4K. By stepping down to 4K and Full HD, you can also increase your frame rates, with full frame 4K recording at up to 120p and Full HD recording at 240p for up to 10 times slow motion playback. The camera stands out with its incredibly fast autofocus system,
which inherits from Nikon's top-tier models, the Z8 and Z9. Thanks to advanced deep learning technology, the Z6III has a remarkable subject detection capabilities. This means that the camera can intelligently recognise and track a wide range of subjects with exceptional accuracy. With dedicated detection modes, you can seamlessly switch between tracking people, animals, vehicles and planes, ensuring that you're always ready to capture the perfect shot, no matter the scenario.
Covering the entire sensor area, the flagship XB7 processor of the Z6III powers Nikon's advanced 493-point phase detection AF system, which results in a fast and accurate focusing performance. This system takes advantage of the camera's high-speed communication and allows autofocus readings to happen at up to 120 frames per second. It also has a starlight mode that allows for working in low light conditions, enabling focusing down to -10 EV. This is great for astrophotography, concerts and other nighttime shooting environments. The camera also boasts the highest native ISO in a Z series camera at ISO 64000. The backlit AF function utilises separate pixels on the sensor, intentionally overexposing specific areas for accurate focusing without affecting the recorded image's exposure. The Z6's sensor and processor combo enables the camera to have the brightest electronic viewfinder in its lineup. At 4000 nits, it's actually 33% brighter than the flagship Z9, ensuring that even in the bright sunlight, the subject's details remain visible. The blackout-free EVF boasts a massive 5.76 million dot resolution, a first for Nikon, resulting in a very true-to-life picture when looking through. Additionally, the EVF has a high frames per second function, increasing the refresh rate to 120 frames per second for smoother, lifelike viewing. It also features a higher dynamic range and supports DCI P3 colour, a first for a mirrorless camera, ensuring accurate real-world colour representation when taking your shots. You can also choose to shoot using the 3.2-inch 2.1 million dot touchscreen, which has a 170-degree vari-angled feature that makes it easier to shoot from high to low angles, whether in horizontal or vertical orientation. I particularly appreciated the on-screen display rotating when switching from landscape to portrait, and it may be a small detail, but ones like this are very useful while shooting. The camera is equipped with 2 card slots, one for a CF Express Type B and the other for a UHS-2 SD, providing flexibility for saving files. The CF Express slot is needed for the data-intense tasks such as the 6K recording and high-speed burst shooting, whilst the SD slot remains compatible with the widely used storage format. Additionally, the CF Express slot also supports XQD memory cards.
With its partially stacked full-frame sensor that allows for rapid burst shooting, the Nikon Z6III boasts a flagship autofocus system that sticks to your subjects like glue. It's capable of capturing an incredible 6K 60p RAW video, all internally, along with an impressive ultra-high resolution electronic viewfinder. All of these features and more are packed in a reasonably priced mirrorless system, making it an excellent choice for dedicated creators. Nikon has truly raised the bar with this hybrid camera, and its outstanding results it delivers really speak for themselves. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit subscribe, ring that bell to get notifications of all the latest content, and if you'd like any more information, please check out the link below or pop into your local London Camera Exchange.